Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to kind of sit down and do another political chit chat. Obviously this one is a little different and I just kind of wanted to sit down and voice my views and my opinions as to what I feel about what's currently going on with just the whole Supreme Court issue and the Confederate flag, and as it approaches Independence Day, there's just a lot, I guess, on my mind, and I just thought I would sit down and just kind of have a little talk with you guys. So for those who may not know me or may not have watched some of my videos, I am a Christian. I believe in a Heavenly Father who has died on the cross and saved me of my sins, so obviously I look at everything through a Christian perspective, and I just feel that this week with the Supreme Court, personally, I feel that the government should not even be involved with any marriage, let alone gay marriage. I'm not quite sure when it was the government who had to decide who was allowed to marry who. As I look at that, I think marriage is definitely something that is spiritual. I think that that's a unity between you, your spouse, and God, and I don't necessarily see why the government has to be involved other than giving you a certificate that says you're married. And the history of the marriage certificate goes back to when the government wanted to be able to regulate, and when they wanted to be able to regulate if blacks and whites could marry. So I don't see why, government is even involved in marriage. That's just kind of where I stand. Like, I don't really even go past that and go, oh, this is wrong because, or oh, this is, I don't even have to go to that, because ultimately I don't think the government should be involved in any kind of marriage. I think that that's something spiritual, and that's something between you, your spouse, and God. So the Confederate flag, I have debated in my head back and forth what to think about this issue. I think that obviously what happened in the South is horrible, and do I support slavery? Absolutely not. But is the Confederate flag a part of our history? Yes. And does that show that at one time, the good and evil fought against each other? Sure. And so I guess that's kind of where I'm at. I don't necessarily think that it should be banned. I don't think that the Dukes of Hazzard should have been took off of TV. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's a part of history. And just like if I am teaching someone about, the Germans and the Nazis and Adolf Hitler, I'm going to show them that flag, and I'm going to say this resembles thousands of people who were oppressed and killed because they were something different than what Hitler wanted them. And I think that's the same with the Confederate flag. I think that that shows a part of American history that will never be forgotten and should never be forgotten. And I think that that's something that's fine if you don't want to fly it at your state, capital, but it's definitely not something that needs to be erased completely, because that is part of your history. That was defeated. They were defeated so that slaves could be free. And so I just think that people take a hold of something and they just run with it. And it's like they're never satisfied. And I kind of feel like recently Americans aren't satisfied with where they are. So they're constantly picking and judging and criticizing and finding something to be offended of. And it's like, why can you not just wake up in the morning, be thankful that you were given another day, work your hardest, do your best, and thank God at the end of the day that you made it through another day. So I guess that's just kind of where I stand. I would love to know how you guys feel about the Supreme Court, how you guys feel about the Confederate flag. Just let me know. Feel free, like this video. Obviously, you guys know there will be more political chit chats in the future, and I will see you guys then.